Hey all, welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video, and today, well actually tonight for me, the new pack got released. So why don't we go check it out and we'll talk about it a little bit. I just want to let you guys know that I'm recording this on a mobile hotspot on my phone now at my house because I have no internet once again, so I don't know when this is actually going to go up. I'm going to try and head over to a friend's place after this, after I've edited all this and everything, and see if I can upload it. But so I'll have to wait to see what the problem is and see when they can fix it. Also, Super Joey comes out tomorrow, so I'm going to try and record that at my next earliest convenience when I have internet again. I might have to use this hotspot once again, but hopefully everything goes well and I have both those videos up pretty soon. So I'm going to show you guys my luck with the pack opening. We're going to have a little montage here, and then we'll discuss this pack and everything that I've gotten. Alright, as you can see, I got both ultra rares, which is pretty awesome. So why don't we just dive into the actual pack listing and everything, and then I'll just kind of give my 2 cents on all the new additions that they gave and my personal opinion on this set as a whole. Once again, I'm on a mobile hotspot, so I'm not able to get my Google account information for my payment and everything like that. So I got none of that available, but I'm a free-to-play player, so I just dropped 2,000 gems on this, and that's all. So like I said, I got both ultra rares. I also got 3 super rares. I was kind of sad because I was not getting super rares almost at all. So some really awesome cards we got. We got the new Sacred Phoenix of Netherus. So this is pretty awesome, as it's just a 2400 attack monster. If you can bring it out, and if this card is ever destroyed by a card effect instead of the graveyard, you can special summon it and during the next turn standby phase. And when you do, destroy all spell and trap cards on the field, which is a pretty awesome card. And being at 2400 makes it fairly competitive in this whole meta, but in my honest opinion, it's kind of gimmicky because most people are just going to be able to run over this with their actually powerful boss monsters. Or knock you out, kill you before this can revive itself. So, and even if it does revive itself, spell and trap or destruction is not necessarily make or break in most of these games. This is a fairly monster-centric meta we have going on right now. And then we also got Tribute to the Doomed. So discard 1 card, then target 1 monster on the field and destroy it. This is an awesome card, because this can really just disrupt your entire opponent, because you can just pick and destroy. This is basically in order to charge, but using your hand as that normal monster. So I definitely think this is an amazing card. I think a lot of decks are going to take advantage of this for sure. Especially dark decks that want to get some cards in the graveyard. I think this is a really powerful card, and this is what you should try to get out of this pack, in my personal opinion. Alright. And then next up, we got our super rares. So I did get the Mirage Knight. Mirage Knight is special summoned by attributing a Dark Flare Knight you control. So Dark Flare Knight is a fusion between Dark Magician and Flame Swordsman. You take no battle damage from battles involving this card, and when this card is destroyed by battles in the graveyard, special one Mirage Knight from your hand or deck. Now I don't really know how you'd be able to bring out Flame Swordsman and Dark Magician easily, but there are ways of bringing out Dark Flare Knight via other summons like Temple of the Kings and everything like that, where you can bring it out in that way, and if it ever dies, then you get Mirage Knight. So Mirage Knight cannot be special summoned by other ways besides that one we just discussed, and then during damage calculation only, this card gains attack equal to the original attack of the opponent's monster it is battling, so it's basically like an honest effect there. But during the end phase of a turn this card attacked or was attacked, banish this card, so it really is usually only going to be on for 1 set of turns, because if you don't attack using it, your opponent's probably going to attack into it. Even if they take some damage, it'll be banished right away anyways. Powerful card, should be used for an instant kill. Next up, we got some even better zombie support. So we got Ilbud, and this is a Gemini zombie. When its Gemini effect is activated, once per turn, you can special one zombie type monster from your hand or from either player's graveyard. When this card leaves the field, destroy all zombie type monsters special summoned by this card effect. So it's just a really powerful card, and if you can get off its effect, there's always a lot of zombie type monsters in your graveyard, and if your opponent's monsters are zombies, or if you have a way to make them zombies, this is really powerful as well. So I won't go into like every specific card, just kind of talk about some. So we have some more, but we do have this new Gemini, Heavy Knight of Flame. So basically, it's an 1800 attack level 4 monster zombie type. Pretty awesome. I think this is a necessity for a lot of decks that are just trying to do that whole beatdown style. If this card has its Gemini effect at the start of the damage step, if this card attacked a special summon monster, you can banish that monster. So that's really powerful, because a lot of the most powerful monsters that are brought out are special summon monsters. So I think that's a pretty good card. If you're going to try and get some other cards, this is a good one to pick. We also have Skull Conductor, another card that we've seen from some legendary duelists. And this is just a powerful level 4 monster with 2000 attack. But if this card is face up on the field at the end of the battle phase, destroy this face-up card. You can also send this card from your hand to the graveyard, special summon up to 2 zombie-type monsters from your hand whose combined attack is exactly 2000. So there's potential for that, but honestly I don't see too much competitive play in this. Next we have some more spell counter support. So a spellcaster with 1700 attack. Each time a spell card is activated, place 2 spell counters on this card. When that spell card resolves, once per turn you can remove any number of spell counters from this card. Special one spellcaster monster from your hand or graveyard whose level is equal to or number of the spell counters removed. So powerful if you can have ways of adding more spell counters to it. I think this is a pretty good card because it adds 2 each time a spell card is activated and resolved, so you can probably get 6 or 8 pretty easily after 3 or 4 spells. You'll be playing them yourself, especially in a spell counter deck. You're going to be playing a lot of spells, and that trap that adds spell counters to monsters, so that's pretty cool. We also got the Dark Hex Sealed Fusion So this is pretty awesome. It's basically an Earth Hex Seal fusion, but for dark monsters now, so you can substitute this card for any one fusion material, but the other monster has to be the correct ones, and you can tribute fusion material monsters on the field, including this face-up card, special one dark corresponding dark fusion from your extra deck. So if you could play this in a Dark Magician deck if you wanted, and you can kind of substitute that for the Flame Swordsman. That's able to bring out your Dark Flare Knight, and then eventually Mirage Knight if that is your game plan. So that's a pretty awesome card. I wish I would have gotten that just for the plays, but cool anyways. Next up we got Super Rush Headlong. Now this is some pretty generic cards. Target one face-up monster you control and declare one attribute. If that target battles an opponent's monster with that attribute, this turn destroy that opponent's monster at the start of the damage step. So basically, it allows your monster to instantly destroy any monster because it's a quick play, right? You want to be able to just declare the monster that you want to take out, use your monster, and then there you go. It's just pretty much generic support. This is basically just an order to charge as long as the battle actually conducts and everything. I still like order to charge because it can just take out an opponent's monster at any point, where this has to be when it battles, so that can kind of be a little dangerous. And finally, the last card we're basically going to talk about is we have a new field spell added, Molten Destruction. Now why this is a super rare is because it increases the attack of all fire type monsters by 500 points. So we've had a lot of field spells that do that with 200, and then we had Dinosaur Kingdoms, Jurassic World, that does 300, which was really powerful. That's what made Rex as good as he was. But now we have this card for fire decks that make it 500. And there are some fire type monsters in this game that are already 1800 points. So you can kind of make that work. Just build a fire beatdown deck. Tyrant Dragon's a fire type. There's a lot of potential for this card, and I kind of want to reset this box and get 3 of them, but I'm not too sure about that. I want to see what kind of theory crafting I can do before I jump into anything like that. For right now, I'm going to stick with just opening half these packs and start thinking of some ideas before I go any further than that. There's also some Fire King support along with their field spell. We just have, another important card I kind of want to mention. This kind of shuts down Taya, even though the Restructure Revolution's getting shut down. So honestly, I don't think Taya Burn's even viable after Restructure Revolution gets shut down to 1, limited to 1. But Death Wombat makes any effect damage you take become 0, which is kind of cool to combat with some cards that like deal you damage when they're destroyed, because this would make it 0. Even if they're your card that you own, this can still stop that damage. Also, we have Anti-Magic Prison, which is kind of a cool card because this is really just going to stop some of the new quick plays that have been added in, and Enemy Controller. Because it doesn't only shut them down, but when your opponent activates one of those quick play spell cards, select one card on the field and destroy it. It just kind of acts as some quick destruction when your opponent uses one of those cards. Kind of disrupt the plays. Kind of good. I like it. I don't really know if you would run it in a deck for any means like that, with how small the decks are, but it's kind of a cool card. I like it. We got a lot of Naturia support, a lot of beast support, a lot of zombie support. We got Vampire Lady now. That's pretty cool. Our mirror to Vampire Lord, and just a lot more zombies. So it's a decent box. What I think is only competitive is quite possibly the Molten Destruction field spell. The quick play Super Rush Headlong is pretty good if you can find kind of a means to do it. I think there's better alternatives out there, so I really would hold my breath for that one. The Dark Hexil Fusion, pretty awesome. I think that's going to be some cool combos you can make with that. A lot of zombie support, spell, Gemini, so all that. I think Tribute to the Doomed is your card to get in this pack, so that's just my 2 cents on it. Let me know what you guys think of this pack. We can have a discussion down below in the comment section and just kind of theory craft a little bit together. I've been enjoying how many people have been commenting, so I just want to say thank you for that very much. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, here's kind of a plug. Here's kind of my first plug, so let me know how that goes as well. But if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I do post a lot of my Duel Links stuff on there. Video updates, internet updates, everything like that. If you ever wanted to follow me personally a little bit more, check me out on Twitter. I'll have a link to it on the video now in the eye right above me right there. So feel free to do that, but I won't press you, of course. That is 100% your choice, and I'll probably won't bring that up every video either. Just kind of thought I'd bring it up now. But ultimately, I hope you have some good luck with opening this pack. Hope you get everything that you want. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope to catch you on the next one. And as always, peace.